It wasn't a soldier this time who fired the shot, it was a tweet. For years, Pakistan has faced an onslaught, not just on the battlefield, but in the battle of narratives. And now we are seeing that narrative warfare intensify like never before. The recent skirmishes and the military developments in the region have not only tested equipment, strategies, and alliances, but also the strength of perception. Let's not forget, while the West has long touted its battle-tested military prowess, the Chinese military complex aligned more closely with Pakistan is rising, and it's rising fast. Western and Indian analysts were quick to portray Pakistan as a dysfunctional state, economically fragile, politically polarized, allegedly on the verge of civil war. The goal? To weaken confidence from within and abroad. But let's examine what really happened in the recent military confrontation between India and Pakistan. India failed to meet its strategic objectives, and in the future, it has opened a new front, not on the land, but online. Information warfare, psychological operations, and a propaganda blitz. What followed is a desperate attempt to regain control of the narratives. Indian media, influencers, and even the journalists with Western affiliations have joined hands to discredit Pakistan's position globally. For years, Mir Yar Baloch walked a familiar line calling for the rights, international attention, and the readiness of the alleged injustices. But never before had he crossed into open declaration. That changed recently when, for the first time, he publicly claimed Balochistan's independence, asserting that it's not a demand but a reality. Since August 11, 1947, the timing not accidental, the platform calculated. What made this shift even more significant was the reaction it drew. Mario Knopfler, a widely followed digital commentator with reach across geopolitical audiences, amplified Mir Yar's statement, framing it as not just a personal expression but also a diplomatic fire that Pakistan can't smother. The kind of language isn't just contemporary, it's signal boosting for a narrative that changes Pakistan's sovereignty, and it adds fuel to broader coordinated information offensive. The glorification of Mia's claim wasn't just symbolic, it was strategic. It sought to repackage an old separatist narrative in a new social media survey, rapping it was a moment designed for virality and traction and for creating the illusion of an international ship. Just as regional tensions escalate and Pakistan emerges diplomatically strengthened from a recent military standoff with India. Why now? Why this sudden support? Because the battlefield has moved beyond borders. Information is the new frontline, and the players from the journals to digital influences are shaping perceptions faster than the missiles ever could. This isn't about facts, it's about the optics. A strategic smoke bomb designed to create international confusions, encourage regional instability, and diplomatically isolate Pakistan. The tweet, a signal. The aim to internationalize Balochistan, push it into a global consciousness under the guise of human rights and self-determination, while ignoring how Pakistan has withstood decades of such provocations. Pakistan's resilience lies not only in its military capability, including its full-spectrum deterrence, but also in the diplomatic agility. Even the voices like Christine Fair, not friend of Pakistan, had to concede, albeit reluctantly, that Pakistan emerged stronger from the recent Indo-Pakistan standoff. Her frustration was palpable. Why? Because India and Pakistan, once seen through separate global lenses, are now being rehyphenated. She didn't just comment on Pakistan's diplomatic wins. She openly discussed Indian involvement in destabilizing Balochistan. Her words echoed a pattern: use of BLA-style groups to strike at what they allege are JEM and LET elements. But what it really exposes is India's fallback, asymmetric warfare through insurgent proxy. Now we're seeing coordinated attempts to continue that warfare is the realm of public opinion. A strategic team under India's Operation Sindoor is reportedly being dispatched to 5 countries over 10 days. Beginning May 22, think tanks, panel discussions, policy briefings, Sashi Thakur and Asaduddin Awaisi are rumored to be among the voices leading the campaign to control the global narrative. This isn't about politics, this is about sovereignty. Pakistan is no stranger to being in the crosshairs. But it is essential we understand that the modern warfare is no longer confined to borders and bunkers. It's fought on screens, in hashtags, influencers, and through think tanks. The enemy is not just armed with weapons, it is armed with narratives. And while our detractors may believe that a media tweet can replace military victories or diplomatic engagements, they're wrong. Pakistan's strength today is not only its deterrence, but its discernment. Our ability to distinguish propaganda from policy, truth from tactics, and fear from facts. The battle for perception is ongoing, but in this war of words, clarity is our greatest weapon.